breakaway! In all probability, it won't come to much, but who knows? It's an attack! There's now more than a minute between the breakaway and the pack. The pack really doesn't look interested in following the breakaway. Things have slowed right down. The pack is putting the squeeze on the breakaway. Some team managers mustn't appreciate the fact that there is a breakaway, given that the pack has increased its speed. The pack is back on level terms with the breakaway group. Attack! It's a good moment to show the team colors. There's a few riders jockeying for position at the front. The peloton has slowed down a bit. Things are heating up in front. And he sprints away in attack! Attack is launched! Breakaway! He's going to take them on by himself. Several riders are attempting to break away. There's a breakaway. A courageous rider is looking to break away. Uh-oh, the gap is widening. It's now more than 2 minutes. The peloton seems content to let it grow. There's a rider trying to break away from the bunch. The pack is increasing its work rate. Some teams can't be happy with the breakaway. The pack is slowly whittling away the lead. They're moving along at a fair lick. You've just got to hang on. The current pace is a bit too docile for some riders who are looking to create a breakaway. Another attack in the leading group. The pack's deficit is being cut back. The pack has just reeled in the escape group. A rider is taking his chance alone. The breakaway is not to everybody's liking. The peloton has significantly increased its speed. A rider is looking to give the pack the slip. That's the end of the breakaway. The pack gave them no chance. Attack from a rider? The pace is really hot, so for the moment, we shouldn't see too many attacks. Another race will now begin as we're getting close to Troisville, the first cobbled section. The weather plays a vital role in any race, but when there's a cobbled section, its contribution can be vital. If it rains, a rider's agility is far more important than when it's dry. They really are moving! The pack can't get strung out too far, or it's going to start breaking up. There are several riders who can't keep up with the pace. We're hearing over the radio that a rider has given up. Fall in the pack! A rider has just suffered a puncture. Some riders try to use the verge to avoid the cobbles, but it's at the risk of getting a flat tire. into the second half of the race. The riders are going to be more and more on their guard. Avoiding a puncture is vital in this type of race. The cobbled sections mean that the riders use tubes that are more hard-wearing than those normally used on tarmac. Our rider has a flat tire. Let's hope he is helped out quickly. One thing's for sure when it comes to cobbled sections, there will always be a fight at the front as the riders enter. It's vital to be at the front to avoid falls or breaks in the peloton. Apparently, there's another puncture. The riders really should pay more attention to their choice of tires. Bikes are severely put to the test on cobbled sections, so special frames were developed. They offer more flexibility and are better at absorbing vibrations. This takes a lot of strain off the rider's forearms. Another flat tire. Those guys up front aren't going to be making too many friends today. We're starting the last third of the race. The peloton has definitely accelerated, meaning that an attack is highly unlikely. The riders really have to be vigilant on this cobbled section. The vibrations really take it out of you. One of the motorcyclists says that a rider is down. Apparently, he didn't interfere with the race. The little promenade is over. The group has been overhauled. Only a few riders are capable of following the very fast pace up front. Some cobbled sections are very narrow, so it's important to be well positioned to avoid falls or breaks in the peloton. That's another rider with a flat tire. The road is really treacherous. There's another rider with a puncture. The sides of the road are not a tire's best friend. The peloton doesn't seem interested in winning today's stage. Another flat tire. It seems to be catching. The pace seems much too high for many riders. Apparently, there's another puncture. The riders really should pay more attention to their choice of tires. The riders have to have their wits about them on this dangerous section. You never know what's going to happen on cobblestones. Oh my, that's a spectacular fall! That's another rider with a flat tire. The road is really treacherous. Another flat tire. I can tell you that riding on cobbled sections is a real challenge. The racers have to have the talents of a tightrope walker, as the grip of the tires can't be counted on. The finish line is getting close. The riders have just passed the 15 kilometers road sign. There's now just 10 kilometers left. 5 kilometers remaining. This year, some sections have seen their cobblestones refurbished, but I can assure you that it doesn't mean renewed. They still remain a significant difficulty.
A solo victory for Cancellara.
There's another rider with a puncture. The sides of the road are not a tire's best friend. We're waiting for the tailenders who continue to arrive. There are two schools of thought on riding cobbled sections. Some will try to stay in the middle, while others will take to the sides, practically on the grass. A rider just withdrew. For the cobbled sections, a rider has to up his awareness to avoid falling, and those that are on their last legs don't have the necessary physical resources to do so. He's just pulled up on the verge. And here are the key moments of the race.